Hello students, so today we will see NEET PG questions with urea cycle. The detailed urea cycle I have already made a video and you have done. Now we come with the NEET PG questions and I just brief out the urea cycle. So urea cycle is the cycle where urea is synthesized. It takes place in liver, and now we see the next urea cycle brief. So these steps of urea cycle was shown by Crabb and Hanslet in 1932. It is a cyclic process which involves ornithine, citrulline, arginosuccinic acid, arginine and aspartic acid. It takes place in liver in mammals. Organelles which participate are mitochondria, and partially it takes place in cytosol. The first two steps take place in mitochondria and rest in cytosol. Other organs are kidneys and brain. Enzymes are located partially in mitochondria and partially in cytosol. 1 mole of ammonia and 1 mole of carbon dioxide are converted to form a 1 mole of urea. The overall process requires 3 ATP. Now the stages. The first stage is synthesis of carbamyl phosphate. The second stage is synthesis of citrulline. The third stage is synthesis of arginosuccinic acid. Then cleavage of arginosuccinate, and then cleavage of arginine to form ornithine. And now the first step. In the first step, carbon dioxide and ammonia condense to form a carbamyl phosphate in presence of magnesium ion, and here 2 ATPs are utilized, and the enzyme responsible for it is carbamyl phosphate synthase. In this cycle, 1 nitrogen of ammonia, the NH2 group in urea, it is derived from ammonia, and the carbon it is derived from CO2. So this and the another nitrogen NH2 group of urea is derived from the aspartic acid. So we will see in the now the step 2, that is synthesis of citrulline. So here carbamyl phosphate is converted into citrulline and the presence of ornithine transcarbamylase. This step also takes place in mitochondria, and here the carbamyl group is transferred to ornithine, and therefore the enzyme is ornithine transcarbamylase. Now the third step is synthesis of arginosuccinic acid. It is also ATP dependent. Here the citrulline is converted into arginosuccinic acid, and it takes one molecule or aspartic acid. So the nitrogen, the NH2 group is provided from this aspartic acid, and 1 ATP is also utilized. So here total 3 ATPs are utilized directly in urea cycle, and the enzyme is arginosuccinate synthetase. Then the transporters of urea cycle you can see in between here. So ornithine and citrulline transporters for the entry of ornithine and exudates of citrulline. Citrine transporters, that is aspartate glutamate transporters for exudates of aspartate from mitochondria. All the enzymes which are present in cytosol of urea cycle, they start from. So now we come to the all the 3 enzymes. The enzyme that is arginosuccinase here, it catalyzes the conversion of arginosuccinic acid to arginine, and it is linked to TCA cycle by this removal of fumarate. This fumarate now enters TCA cycle. It forms malate and oxaloacetate, and oxaloacetate in presence of transaminase enzyme forms aspartate, and this aspartate enters the urea cycle. Now the last reaction of urea cycle, where you see that arginine is hydrolyzed and it is catalyzed in presence of enzyme arginase, which is found in liver cells, and it catalyzes hydrolysis of guanidine group of arginine and releases urea, and ornithine is regenerated, and this ornithine now recycles and it is reutilized in urea cycle. Now you can see the complete pathway. CO2 and ammonia condense to form carbamyl phosphate in presence of magnesium ion, 2 ATP, and carbamyl phosphate synthetase enzyme. This carbamyl phosphate in presence of ornithine now combines to form citrulline in presence of enzyme ornithine transcarbamylase. These two enzymes are present in mitochondria. Then in citrulline comes out of the mitochondria and forms arginosuccinic acid in presence of aspartic acid, and 1 ATP is utilized in presence of enzyme arginosuccinic acid synthetase. Then this arginosuccinic acid is converted to arginine and fumarate is released. Aspartic acid enters and fumarate gives out, and this fumarate now enters TCA cycle, and the enzyme is arginosuccinase. So arginosuccinic acid synthesis, it also starts from A. Then arginosuccinase, it also starts from A, and the final enzyme is arginase, which this arginine, guanidine group of this arginine is hydrolyzed to form urea, and ornithine is released. Urea formula is NH2CONH2. NH2 comes from ammonia and one NH2 comes from aspartic acid. Then CO comes from this CO2. In this way urea is synthesized in liver, partially in mitochondria and partially in cytosol. Now regulation. Urea cycle. Urea is synthesis of carbamyl phosphate synthetase enzyme, that is first. It is rate limiting enzyme and it is modified by N-acetyl glutamate, that is NAG. This enzyme is positively modified by N-acetyl glutamate, and N-acetyl glutamate is synthesized by transfer of acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to glutamate in a reaction catalyzed by N-acetyl glutamate synthase. This NAG synthase is product inhibited, but it is activated by arginine and glutamate allosterically. High levels of glutamate are seen in increased protein or amino acid diet, amino acid catabolism, such during prolonged starvation, in which increased acetyl coenzyme A is formed and hence increased urea formation. Glutamate is key intermediate. It ensures ammonia disposal by the concerted action of glutamate dehydrogenase and carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1. Enzymes of urea cycle are inducible. Their activity is increased 10 to 20 times during starvation, which permits increased urea formation due to more ammonia production during starvation. You can see amino acid catabolism increases, so ammonia also increases. This ammonia increases glutamate formation, and this glutamate, in presence of glutamate dehydrogen, it is converted into alpha ketoglutarate, but in presence of NAG synthase enzyme, it is converted into NAG. NAG is N-acetyl glutamate. This N-acetyl glutamate then increases the activity of carbamyl phosphate synthetase, which is an key enzyme or rate limiting enzyme of urea cycle, where ammonia is converted to urea. When this increases, urea cycle also increases. Now significance of urea cycle, it is in detoxification of ammonia, as ammonia is highly toxic, so it is converted into urea, a less toxic substance. Then biosynthesis of arginine. Urea cycle is very important. It serves the synthesis of arginine from anything. Then clinical significance, its normal level is 15 to 40 milligram per deciliter. It increases, urea formation increases above normal level, that is condition is known as uremia, and decrease in blood urea levels are rare, and it is only seen in severe liver damage and some physiological conditions, like it lowers in pregnancy than in normal or non-pregnant women. Increased levels are seen in pre-renal, renal and post-renal. We will see all these conditions. In pre-renal, the condition when plasma volume upon body fluids are reduced. In that case, salt and water depletion takes place, severe and protracted vomiting, severe and prolonged diarrhea, pyloric stenosis or severe vomiting, hematemesis, hemorrhage or shock, ulcerative colitis with severe chloride loss, in crisis with severe chloride loss, it is there in pre-renal condition. Now in renal condition, in acute glomerular nephritis, early stage of type 2 nephritis, blood urea may be increased, but in later stages with renal failure, blood urea rises, malignant nephrosclerosis, chronic pyelonephritis, and mercurial poisoning. In disease such as hydronephrosis, renal tuberculosis, small increase is seen with but depends on extent of kidney damage. Then in post renal, when there is obstruction in urine flow, may increase blood urea. This may be retention of urine. Effective filtration pressure at the glomeruli is reduced when prolonged or produces irreversible kidney damage. Post renal condition may be due to enlargement of prostate, stones in urinary tract, stricture of urethra, tumors of bladder affecting urine. Then disorders are by the deficiency of first enzyme, that is carbamyl phosphate synthetase. The condition is known as hyperammonemia type 1. It is accumulation of ammonia takes place. Then in second enzyme deficiency, ornithine transcarbamylase, it gives a condition that is known as hyperammonemia type 2, that there also accumulation of ammonia takes place. Then arginosuccinate synthetase enzyme defective or deficient, then the condition is known as citrullinemia. Then here the accumulation of citrulline takes place. Then arginosuccinase deficiency forms a condition which is known as arginosuccinic aciduria, and the product accumulated is arginosuccinate. Then arginase deficiency of enzyme arginase, it causes arginemia, and the product accumulated is arginine. Now NEET PG questions. The recent question it is substrate linking Krebs cycle and urea cycle is. The answer is fumarate. Now the next question, which was in PGI May 2010, urea cycle enzymes are glutaminase, asparaginase, arginosuccinate synthase, ornithine transcarbamylase. And the answer is C and D both, arginosuccinate synthetase and ornithine transcarbamylase. Then next it was in PGI 2012, which enzymes are part of urea cycle? Asparaginase, ornithine transcarbamylase, glutamate synthase, arginosuccinase. And the answer is B and D. Sorry, it is not B. B and D, ornithine transcarbamylase and arginosuccinase. This question was in All India 2011. Urea cycle occurs in liver, GIT, spleen and kidney. And the answer is liver. Now this question was in All India 2011. In which of the following condition there is increased level of ammonia in blood? Ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency, galactosemia, histidinemia, phenylketonuria. And the answer is ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency type. Now PGI November 2014, the question was all are true regarding urea cycle except urea is formed from ammonia, rate limiting enzyme is ornithine transcarbamylase, it requires energy expenditure, 1 nitrogen of urea comes from aspartate. So all are true except the answer is rate limiting enzyme is ornithine transcarbamylase. So it is not that. The rate limiting enzyme is carbamyl phosphate synthetase. Now the question was in PGI May 2015. True about urea cycle. Nitrogen of urea comes from alanine and ammonia. It uses ATP during conversion of arginosuccinate to arginine. On consumption of high amount of protein, excess urea is formed. Occurs mainly in cytoplasm. So all are wrong, or one is correct, that is C and D. On consumption of high amount of protein, excess urea is formed and it partially occurs in cytoplasm. It does not occur in cytoplasm, but it partially occurs in cytoplasm. So the statement is somewhat confusing. So it occurs in cytoplasm but partially. Then PGI December 2005. Which of the following is true in relation to urea cycle? First two step in cytoplasm, first two step in mitochondria. Defect in enzyme of any step can cause deficiency disease. It occurs mainly in cytoplasm. So the answer is first two step in mitochondria, B1, and also C. The defect in any enzyme of any step can cause deficiency disease. So thank you very much. Please like, share and subscribe.